We are in the middle of a new typhoon. Yes. Um, I believe this one is Catherine. It starts from A to Z every year. So we have loads of that, and it's just a normal way of life. And welcome to this seminar. And today, well, whether we have typhoon or earthquake or whatever we have, uh, everything must continue. So today's session, we are going to discuss about what is killing us. And the topic that I have actually chosen, and I have said this, before 1920s, heart disease, stroke, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer, obesity were rare. Today, the leading cause of death in the United States is heart disease, cancer, and medical errors. Why? Why why is it that those numbers, I mean, could they have been prevented? What caused all that? Right? That is what we would like to investigate. And let's see. Okay. Just keep an open mind and exactly happen. Okay, here we go. So the third leading cause of death, some may argue that it is the first, right? But anyway, here it says from CNBC, the third leading cause of death in the US. A recent Johns Hopkins study, and Johns Hopkins, everyone knows, study claims more than 250,000 people in the United States die every year from medical errors, all right? So some people claim the amount can be as high as 440,000. So that will put them in number third spot. So what is number one and number two? Medical errors are third leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer. So heart disease and cancer. Heart disease includes stroke and cancer. Not only in the United States, but across the globe. All right, across the globe. And here CNBC is saying that this Johns Hopkins study shows that the numbers reflects medical errors as number three. Well, recently, there is a bit of a dispute as maybe it should be number one, because the medical errors that we are talking about are people who have been given the wrong drugs or people who have been operated on the wrong organs, kind of thing, you know. Those are. But what's not included are the diagnosis. What's not included in that in those numbers are diagnosis. And now it has been revealed, if you add on those diagnoses, the numbers are staggering. You will have to add on another 790,000. Wow. So that would put it more than a million. And that would make medical errors, which includes diagnosis or misdiagnosis, as number one killer. Oh, wow. The very people who are put there to save us are actually killing us. I'm not saying, just telling you, I'm just narrating and giving you the information. You can go research it yourself. I mean, wow, this is really mind-boggling, isn't it? I mean, the people who are put there in the first place to save us, but they end up killing us. Can you imagine? Now, if this is the United States of America, which is the so-called leading in everything, right? In the Western world, what about poor developing nations and countries in other parts of the world? Wow. Like, recently, an awareness thing, it's published that 1 out of 9 American women will have breast, 1 out of 9. And I just, walked around in the Manila, and I saw a lot of people wearing pink, pink. And then there was, a stage, and they were announcing, well, it's actually cancer awareness for women. All right. That's why they were wearing pink. Because in the Philippines, they are now saying it's 1 out of 8 women who will have breast cancer. Now that's alarmingly high. Okay. So whether it's a medical you know, misdiagnosis or medical treatment or whatever it is, well, heart, stroke, cancer, and many more, right? Which is not mentioned here. They could be number 6 or number 4, whatever, diabetes and many more. They are being listed. And before 1920s, they were very negligible, almost like non-existence. So what is happened, or what has happened? All right. Now it must be that something that has happened since that time. Now we don't have to be a rocket scientist, all right? Something that happened during that time must have happened across the globe, right? Whether you are in New Zealand or in Canada or in Argentina or in Philippines or Malaysia, Singapore, it doesn't matter. It happened globe. Because why? Don't you agree with me that heart, stroke, and cancer, they are also ranked number 1, number 2, almost everywhere? Now, that is quite scary. So if you look back at history, something must have changed for these numbers to rise. Something must have happened. So let's investigate. Let's investigate. And this is what I have found out. All right. Vegetable oil was introduced. This is Crisco. You can go to the website, Crisco website, and I just basically copy and pasted here. In 1911 to 1923, vegetable was introduced. Vegetable oil. Okay. And it's pure, economical, as an alternative to animal fat and butter. Wow. There you go. So people before that time, they used animal fat and butter. Then came along vegetable oil. Guys, vegetable oil has been named incorrectly purely from a marketing perspective, because they are not vegetable. They are seed oil, okay? And they are seed oil, and you can go on about sunflower, soya, canola, and they are all seed oils. And these seed oils, they go rancid. So to prevent them from going rancid, they through a process called hydrogenation. And this hydrogenation goes up very high temperature, like 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and they have to be bleached and go through chemical process. And well, the byproduct is they look pretty clean, pretty good, and pretty economical, cheaper than butter, cheaper than, yeah. So they were marketed, and when all these diseases, heart, stroke, cancer, and diabetes, and Alzheimer, and all those were virtually non-existent, suddenly by the 1930s, heart problems became number 1. All right? Now, who is to blame? Right? Who is to blame? So they look around. It's the cholesterol. Ha. It's the animal fat, the cholesterol. And they started to brainwash our brain and started telling us that do not take, and by the way, animal fats, they are also known as saturated fatty acids, saturated fats, all right? So they are trying to tell us, oh, these cholesterol, and they came up with certain levels and what is safe, what is unsafe, and blah, 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 right? So they were blaming the animal fats. They were blaming the cholesterol. But then again, cholesterol, you also get it from egg yolk and, many other stuff as well. So they basically blame it on cholesterol. And if you look at it, I mean, it couldn't have been that worse or that bad as we have right now, if not an association that endorses it. And which association is that? Haha. The American Heart Association. And this is from their website, okay, heart.org. The American Heart Association is one of the wealthiest, well-funded association in America. And the reason why they are well-funded is, you could have guessed, who funded them? The big pharma. They were funded by the big pharma, the very people who are selling us all the drugs, all the statin drugs, all the whatever, right? So what did they say? What did they say? This well-funded organization called American Heart Association. And this was taken from their website, all right? I'm not making this up. In 1961, haha, look at that. It says substitute vegetable oils and polyunsaturated fatty acids for saturated fatty acids. So what they are saying is, you want to have a life without heart disease, heart problem, change to vegetable oil. Ah, wow. Wow. That was a disaster. That was a disaster. And to show you, that was in 1961, and you look at the chronology and the dates all the way down to current situation, they never really changed. They still maintain, right? It's the cholesterol. They still maintain that it's the animal fats. And I live in that era. I'm 60 years old. I live in that era where there are people that I know, they are afraid to even take the egg yolk, because the egg yolk contains high cholesterol. Even until today, right? Even until today. Guys, do you know that our body produces cholesterol? Do you know that our liver produces cholesterol? And do you know that our brain is mostly fats and require a lot of cholesterol? That being the case, why would you want to take this chemical, right, to suppress your cholesterol level? And why is it even dangerous for you to consume animal fats that contain cholesterol? So you see, they frighten us. This is what we call medical mafia. They frighten us. They frighten us because they need to sell their drugs. They need us to get sick, and their drugs don't heal us. It's like a song, a record, broken needle. It's like playing over and over again. All right? You get sick, they don't heal you. The more you take their medicine, the sicker you become, more diseases will come out, and blah, blah, blah. All right? There is not even one drug today that can heal any of us. Isn't it? There is not even a single drug that can heal us. The most the drug can do is just to relieve your condition, but it will end up creating more diseases. Okay? If you don't believe me, well, you don't have to. Just go research yourself. And in the medical schools, they hardly study nutrition as a subject. Now, isn't that alarming? If you truly want to save lives, don't you think the medical doctors should be studying about nutrition? Isn't prevention better than cure? Guys, I want you to think about it, right? We get frightened by them. We get sold by them. We get brainwashed by them. Even the whole system scam, right? Because the people who sell the drugs are the doctors because they prescribe these drugs. Wow. Amazing. Amazing, isn't it? Right? So from medical schools, even the professors, they are on the payroll. Some of them, they become consultants to this big pharma. And then when all the big Ivy League universities, when they say that certain things are good, you know what? We are kind of enslaved by the system. We believe them. We believe the professors. We believe the doctors. We believe the specialists. We believe all these people. And then we keep taking all these things. We keep, you know, taking all the food, right? And they frighten us to our wits. And then we keep supporting them and taking the maintenance drugs. And we keep taking these maintenance drugs. For example, you keep taking the statin drugs. You know what's going to happen? Your testosterone, guys, if you're listening, you will find that one day your libido is not going to be able to stand. And then you go and see your doctor, and your doctor say, oh, it's pretty normal. You're in your 40s now, you're in your 50s now. Imagine that doctor telling you it's pretty normal. No, 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 nothing has to be normal. I'm a lawyer, I'm an attorney. When somebody says, oh, this is just a standard contract. No, there's no such thing as a standard contract. Are you with me? A standard contract is what you agree to and what I agree to. It's not something imprinted and we both have to accept. Okay, so this is getting a little bit contentious, right? So the doctor is telling you, and then your libido cannot get up because you've been taking a lot of statin drugs. And then after that, you get anxiety or you get depression and you have problems with your spouse, you know, they're obviously not happy with that, right? Get a picture? There are side effects, guys. Every drug, there are side effects, okay? All the food that we are consuming, anything which is unnatural that goes into our body is going to inflame our body. I repeat, anything that is unnatural that enters our body is going to cause inflammation to our body. So you can have acute inflammation, recent, or you can have chronic inflammation. Whatever it is, acute or chronic inflammation will make your blood pH acidic. I'll come to that later on, okay? So this is the interesting part because our blood pH is supposed to be 7.35 to 7.45. When it is at a healthy stage, we have a lot of oxygen, saturation level. But when it goes down to acidic, the oxygen gets less. And that's where tumor starts. All right, we'll save the best for last. I'll come back to that later on. Okay, let's move on. Now, this is a familiar sight around the world, a familiar sight, and they are all bad. Okay, they're all bad because, guys, seed oil, as now they call it vegetable oil, they used to be lubricants. I repeat, seed oils before 1900s, they did not exist as vegetable oil. They were lubricants. What are lubricants used for? Haha. So we are eating lubricants, killing us slowly. Wow. Now, let's look at the science and the evidence. I'll prove to you everything that I've just said here is National Institutes of Health, a US government website, and this was published in 2023. It says here, linoleic acid, a narrative review of the effects of increased intake in the standard American diet and associations with chronic disease. So they're saying, because there is an increased intake in linoleic acid, is it causing chronic disease? Okay, so let's see what it has to tell us. All right. So for simplicity, let's call it LA, linoleic acid, LA. And if you look at the highlight, while LA is considered to be an essential fatty acid, when they say essential fatty acid, means our body requires it. Small amount, okay? So while LA is considered to be an essential fatty acid and support health when consumed in modest amounts, modest, that's the key word, right? Modest amounts. And excessive, okay, this is not an English lesson, it's beginning to sound like one. An excessive intake of LA leads to the formation of oxidized linoleic acid metabolites. And that causes what? Excessive LA causes what? Read on. Impairments. What is impairments? Impairments is not good, right? It will hinder, it will impair, it will prevent, right? Impairments in what? Mitochondrial function. Wow. Cells have mitochondria, the mighty mitochondria. And because of excessive LA, linoleic acid, our cellular membrane is damaged, our mitochondria cannot function efficiently. Guys, if our mitochondria cannot function efficiently, can we be healthy? We're talking about our cells. If our cells cannot function efficiently because we poison them with linoleic acid, which is AKA vegetable oil, AKA seed oil, AKA lubricants, for decades. Wow, wow, wow. Now you know. Now you know. Let's read on. Let's read on, okay? So the big question now is, what is essential, which is modest amount, and what is excessive, okay? So same article, same historical intake patterns, all right? Prior to the 20th century, 20th century is what, 1901 to 1999, right? Prior to the 20th century, so we're talking about 1901 to 1999. Prior to the 20th century, the average intake of LA was under 2% of the total daily caloric intake. The biological optimum range is approximately 1 to 2%. So that is a safe range, 1 to 2%. But the current LA is over 25%. Wow, we are in trouble. If you take 1% as the safe measurement, 25% means it's an increment of 25 folds. That's an increment of 25 times. Is that essential? Is that modest? Or is that excessive? Guys, 25 times more than what we should be taking. That is poison. If you take vitamin C in huge amount, you are going to be toxic and killing yourself. Okay? So that's what we are doing without realizing it. Okay? Now, look at that. LA seed oils. Okay? They use it, seed oils, in the US. Before 1866, the Western diet consisted mainly of animal fats. Okay? They use lard and all that, animal fats. The Eastern societies use cold-pressed fats such as coconut and palm oil. Vegetable and seed oils, by the way, that is the first, second, third paragraph. Vegetable and seed oils that are regularly consumed today did not exist prior to the late 1800s. Did not exist, okay? Because they were lubricants. They were not suitable for human consumption, right? Now let's take a look. What is safe? Wow, there's no safe here, but amongst, let's look at that. Safflower oil, 70%. Imagine, you buy a bottle, 70% is actually linoleic acid. And you go down, sunflower oil. Wow, that's common, right? Sunflower oil, 68%. Sunflower oil is 68%. Okay? Corn oil, is it common? Oh yeah, absolutely. Corn oil is 54%. And you can go down the list. All right, soybean oil, 51%. And another common one, canola oil. I can guarantee all of us, all of you have taken canola oil at some time in your life. Okay, and that's 19%. Maybe you should look at the chain or the restaurants that you frequently visit. What kind of oil are they using? All right. Now, for those people who are healthier, they go for olive oil, avocado oil, even the lard is lower. Palm oil, that's around 10%. Okay. And you may be surprised, but butter is only 2%. And coconut oil is only 2%. So go to your kitchen now, take a look. If you're not using coconut oil or butter, throw out the rest. That's the best advice that I can give you. I'm not saying it. Those figures, they are derived from PubMed, okay? And it is scientific. You have to really follow. Otherwise, wow, it's killing me slowly, right? Now, in summary, same article, oxidative stress, tissue damage, and mitochondrial dysfunction from excess LA. So LA causes all these, okay? It's not only responsible, means more, more. It is also affecting what? Look at it. Cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's onset. But additional, so over and above, additional, it causes chronic diseases, including cancer, dementia, obesity, and diabetes are also associated with oxidized metal. Guys, we are dying. We are sick. All right. Maybe they don't want to wipe us out. They don't want to kill us immediately because they just want to make us sick so that we can buy the monthly maintenance drugs. Because if we are sick, it's okay. We are still their customer, right? If we die, patay na, no use. We have no use already. So they don't want us to be dead. Are you with me? Wow. It's so sad, you know, when you have this kind of stuff happening and we didn't even realize. And this is scientific. This is evidence, all right? Okay, so today I'm going to share with you how we can overcome all this, right? To have good health that we deserve. Now, this is talking about acupuncture. It has been around for 3,000 years. If something has been around for 3,000 years, does it work? Of course it does. But the problem is, it is on the kind of classified as alternative, right? Because it's not even mainstream medicine, because the Western medicine, together with the big pharma, they have kind of like kicked out the alternatives and the competitors. So they manipulated the whole thing. As I briefly highlighted, the medical school to the hospital to, yeah, everywhere. They control everything, right? I mean, even in social media, if you say something bad or you talk about cancer, your video may be taken down. Are you with me? That's how powerful they are, okay? So there are people who even lose their for talking about the vaccine during the pandemic. Yeah, I'm not making this up, okay? And let's talk about acupuncture, 3,000 years old. And it's written in black and white, the Yellow Emperor's Classic. So you can buy this from the Amazon and read it, and you will know that it has been really around for 3,000 years. Okay, so electroacupuncture is this little device, this machine here. And electroacupuncture was introduced around 1930s, 1940s. Acupuncture is a practice whereby we are made of energy. Traditional Chinese medicine believed that we are made of energy. 3,000 years ago, they already figured that out, okay? And these are all the points all over our body, not only your hand, right? The reason why we use the hand, the palm, because the hand is near to us, it's convenient, it's clean, right? Rather than using your feet, right? You know what I mean? So you use the hand. And all the points are here to different organs. And if your energy pathways, which is what they call meridians, where the energy or the chi will flow, has a blockage, that's where you will have diseases. If it is chronic blockage for a long time and you don't get rid of it, it will become a disease. So here we have this probe, which is connected to the device. It's a medical device, by the way. And you just have to go and map it. Anywhere you feel or pain or sharp pain or sensation, you mark it. Because when there is a sharp sensation, it means there is a blockage. If the point, let's say you touch your diabetic point and you're not a type 2, you don't have type 2 diabetes, you touch it, you don't feel anything because that meridian is totally unblocked, okay? So the current will just travel through it. But if you touch your heart and you're like, oh, wow, sharp sensation, means there is a blockage, okay? And it will bounce back for you to feel. But if it's a mild one, onset, then you'll feel vibration, not the sharp sense, but just vibration. Okay? So this thing can diagnose. It does not know how to lie. It is 100% accurate because it interpret your body's condition. Are you with me? So it can diagnose and at the same time, it can treat. So there is a function, detect, and relieve. All right. So how do you relieve? Well, you mark those points where you feel the sharp, you mark all these points, and then you refer to the chart, all right, to see what they are. And then you can go treat yourself. If you know you already have a medical condition like maybe hypertension or whatever problem, or even a stroke and whatever, then there is a hand booklet that tells you combination of points on how to go treat yourself. Okay, so this is acupuncture and this is electroacupuncture. So electroacupuncture is believed to be more stronger, to be able to remove the blockages more effectively than acupuncture. You know, those of you who have never been, to an acupuncturist, when they put the needle, they turn it. Why they turn it? To create energy. All right. So now with electroacupuncture, they don't have to turn it. In the past, there used to be wires at the ends of the needles, right? But now, this new invention is the one and only one in the world with the US FDA approval. Okay, so it's really amazing. And as I said, it's 100% accurate. Moving on, what is the science behind this acupuncture and electroacupuncture? First, we all know about stem cells, and this is from the Stem Cells Journal. Electroacupuncture promotes central nervous system dependent release of stem cells. So, cut it short, simplified, electroacupuncture can release the mesenchymal stem cells in our bodies. Now, is that good? I'm sure you all know about stem cells, right? Stem cells can replace your damaged cells. So it's a good thing. All right. Now, that's number one. Number two, this is Nature. Nature is the #1 medical journal. Okay, to most people, doctors use them. And here it says this: electroacupuncture activates neurons to switch off inflammation. Wow. Switch off inflammation. Remember what I said earlier? When we consume all this poison, all this toxin, anything unnatural that enters our body will create or cause inflammation. Guys, whether we like it or not, our bodies are all inflamed. Yeah, that's why we are having diseases, because our bodies are all inflamed. So when you have this wonderful device that can switch off the inflammation, you're on your way to recovery. Okay? You're on your way to healing. Now, number 3, this is from PubMed. Acupuncture enhances generation of nitric oxide. Now, this is a good point because nitric oxide is good for your circulatory system. Okay? That means the nutrients and everything can flow and it's healthy for your cells. So here, acupuncture can generate nitric oxide in your body. You don't have to take food supplement to do that for the nitric oxide. Now, acupuncture in this particular study, acupuncture and its ability to restore and maintain immune homeostasis. Our immune system is like shooting down all the, like Star Wars, right? When you have all these unwanted elements that enters your body. So you need your immune system to take care of it. But if your immune system is going a little bit haywire, it will kind of like attack itself, lupus, all right? Or if it is underperforming, then you may have cancer. So what this acupuncture can do is raise it or lower it so that it becomes balanced, homeostasis. Isn't it amazing? That's what it does. Okay, so these are the scientific, and there are more. There are like 70 over reports about stroke. There are so many on these medical studies, medical reports. Far too many for us to share in one. So these are some of the diseases that it can help. Only some, there are more. And it comes in a box like this. And like all medical devices, these are the disclaimers. Pacemaker, people with pacemaker do not use because we don't want the people with electronic pacemaker to blame us. So we are saying, please don't use. Pregnant women, pregnancy can have a lot of complications, so please don't use. Children under 3 years of age, the organs of the children, infant, they are not fully formed. So again, we don't want them to blame us. Patient with malignant tumors. Guys, if we have a wonderful device and we go to the FDA, anyone in the world, and we say this device is going to cure cancer. By the way, any medical device that can cure cancer? Zero. None. Because the alternative to that is chemotherapy, and they don't want a competitor. So you don't have any medical device that can cure cancer. So guys, if we were to bring this to the FDA and we claim that it can cure cancer, do you think it will be approved as a medical device? You answer that, okay? Now, moving down, patient with hemorrhagic tendencies, patient with tuberculosis, chronic alcoholic. Please do not use if you are constantly drunk, chronic alcoholic. Now, this is the chart. It comes with the device. We have hard copy, soft copy, everything we have, front and back. It covers a lot and a lot, and so I won't go into detail. And here we have this pair of ear clips. Wow, this is the amazing one. This is what they call transcutaneous auricular vagus nerve stimulation. Just big words. Transcutaneous is anything running along the skin. Auricular is anything to do with the ears. And vagus nerve stimulation. So your question is, What is vagus nerve? Why do we need to stimulate our vagus nerve? Well, this is a diagram. The vagus nerve, the one in yellow, comprises of 80,000 nerves. That's a lot of nerves. 80,000 nerves. You can look at your heart, your kidneys, your liver, all these are your hardware. Your nerves are the wiring, the software. Can you run a computer just with the hardware without the software? Cannot. Can we run our organs without the software? Cannot. So what does the vagus nerve do? What is its function? Let's take a look. All right. Now, vagus nerve, it is an integral part of your autonomic nervous system. This is from WebMD, okay? What does the vagus nerve do? Look at what it regulates. Your heart rate, taste, speech, skin sensations, muscle sensations, immune response, respiratory rate, blood pressure, mucus production, saliva production, digestion, frequency of urination, mood. Isn't that important, guys? It's everything and anything, all right? 80,000 nerves. So there must be a purpose for these 80,000 nerves, isn't it? So look at it. I mean, it's so frightening when your biggest nerve is not performing, a lot of things can happen, bad things. So these are some of the symptoms that could be wrong. So many, it's almost anything and everything, including Alzheimer. All right. Now, guys, our medical system and hospitals right now, they have what? CT scan, X-ray, MRI, ultrasound. They have so many equipment. They are all checking on your hardware. There is nothing that can detect or diagnose your software. There is nothing that can check on your vagus nerve. Are you with me? So if you have the symptoms and you go find the doctor or consultant doctors, they will come out with zero because they don't have the mechanism, the device to diagnose you. So maybe someone has rapid heartbeat coupled with a lot of different problems and they go see a doctor. The doctor, yeah, maybe do a CT scan, angiogram, whatever, right? You check, ultrasound and everything. And then they will come to you and say, everything is fine because they are checking on the wrong stuff. They're checking on the hardware and they're not checking on the software. So they're telling you that everything is fine. Then you don't believe in one doctor because you're still having this anxiety problem, depression even maybe because you're feeling uncomfortable. And then you go see another doctor, and you know what? First, it costs you a lot of money. Secondly, one of them may even tell you, hey, maybe it's in your they're trying to tell you politely, maybe it's nothing. You're just making it up. All right. Wow. So that is the reality. And TAVNS, the vagus nerve stimulator, can also improve our memory. Okay. In Science Direct and here in PubMed, it tells us that. Now, people with dementia, they cannot even remember their son or daughter sitting in front of them. So can this help? Of course, right? See, simple. Ear clips only. Just 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day, and it's battery operated. Okay, so you can travel, drive on the car, go take the train or whatever, right? You can use it. It is so convenient, guys, and it's going to help. And this one is also going to make you happy because it's going to release endorphins, okay? And going to make you smile so you don't have this anxiety, depressive mode. All right, moving on. So something happened during the pandemic, COVID-19. It causes inflammation in your vagus nerve that contributes to a condition called dysautonomia. And this dysautonomia is a nervous system disorder that disrupts your autonomic body processes. Now, COVID-19 affects your vagus nerve. And there are many reports now coming out. And this situation is called cytokine storm. All right, this is Swedish. And here, cytokine storm is actually that too much inflammation and it can damage your body. All right, which part? Look at it. It can damage your autoimmune diseases. It can create metabolic disorders, cancer, sepsis. So guys, it's very serious, all right? This COVID-19 already damages our vagus nerve. This is another report, even Forbes, and guys, about half the world's population has COVID. Now, the final question. A lot of us had these jabs during the pandemic. Do you think these jabs have also affected our vagus nerve? I'm not going to say it. You have to answer it. Now, after the jabs, do you find people with hypertension? Do you find people with rapid heartbeat, irregular, all sorts of problems after the jab? Hello? You know better, right? So if the answer is affirmative or positive, then you better do something, right? Because right now, all of us are like walking time bombs. Have you seen athletes, sportsmen, sportswomen? They play their game, whatever they play, and then suddenly they collapse and die. Oh yeah, it's happening everywhere. Do you see more frequency of people having stroke and what the other one, aneurysm? Healthy guy, healthy woman, suddenly, you know, this is the sad truth right now. I'm not trying to frighten you. I'm just making you aware. And yeah, what are you doing? Now, would you agree with me that more viruses are on their way? Oh, guys, the mask is not going to save us. Another new vaccine is not going to save us. What is going to save us has to be our immune system. Don't you agree? So don't you want to unblock all the blockages? Don't you want to stimulate your body and your vagus nerve? Don't you want to make yourself healthy again? Okay, so that's what we have to do. Okay, now let's look at the company. Company is from Taiwan, not China. Okay, company is from Taiwan. Since 1999, wouldn't you agree with me that Taiwanese technology is pretty amazing, pretty impressive, right? And this comes with a 2-year warranty. I have never seen a medical device with so many certifications in so many countries. This is one amazing product. Okay, look at the founder here, Mr. Terry Chiang, 64 years old, and they are registered, of course, in Taiwan, medical device. They're also registered in China, the home of acupuncture. They're registered in the United States of America. It took them 6.5 years and almost 2 million US dollars. And we are the first and only one, okay, because it cost so much, it took so long. So nobody dared to register their device in terms of electroacupuncture. So we are the one and only one. Wow, no competitor, amazing. Now, we are also registered as a medical device in Korea, in Japan, ISO 13485. As we all know, there are many types of ISO 13485, they are for medical devices. ISO is to test the efficacy, the safetiness of a product. And this is from UK. Now, we also have medical device in Malaysia registered, Thailand, Indonesia, Russia, Australia, Germany, and even WHO knows about AcuLife Idol. Okay, now, in the Philippines, where I live right now, to see is to believe. That's what people always say. To see is to believe. Guys, in the chat, I have put the link. This is the link tree. All right, now I'm just going to select and then show you. So please copy and save it somewhere. The link tree has all the testimonies. See, testimonies? So many. All the testimonies are here. So I'm not one by one. It'll take too long. It'll take, a long time. But I'm just going to highlight in screenshot. See, hypertension, back pain, kidney dialysis, hemorrhoid, accurate diagnosis, and it goes on. Lung disease, sciatica, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, hernia, prostate, vertigo, insomnia, constipation, heart problem, blurry vision, diabetes, eyesight, type 2, uterine cancer, gone. Hello. Eye dog saved my life from acute heart attack. Wow, amazing. She had a heart attack, guys. She had a heart attack. It was the middle of the night, nobody to help her, and she just used the ear clips for 30 minutes, and the heart attack disappeared. Wow, until today, she didn't have to see doctor. Wow. Rotator cuff, prostate, bipolar, pain in knee, stroke, the patient's carotid artery less hardened. And it goes on from herniated disc in lower back, Parkinson's disease, neuropathy. Sense of smell came back after 40 years, onset Parkinson's disease. And here we have cataract, gone. And we have trigger finger. And the list goes on, guys. I mean, I'm collecting a lot and a lot of testimonies. To see is to believe. Amazing. And all these just started in April this year. April. It's only been 6 months. I've already collected so many, right? So does it work? Of course it does. And the founder came to the Philippines. This was August 16. Let you feel the Okay, so the father and son team, his son is Johnson, the one at the bottom left. That's Johnson, 30 plus years old. And the father, Mr. Terry Chiang, is 64 years old. So there is a successor, all right? And the company is going for NASDAQ listing next year. They already qualify. And it's the medical. Now, before I start talking more about this, another medical device, let me tell you what we can do. Guys, 1 out of 8 women breast cancer, not just tumor, all right? And we have this point called breast tumor. So we can help a lot of women, a lot of ladies, because early detection, prevention is the best. And this, you can heal it, okay? So you can go test all the ladies on the breast tumor point. And this is, wow, it is a wow. It will really help a lot of people. All right, so this next device is, wow, this is amazing, amazing, totally different from the functionality of the eye dog. And I have one with me right now. Okay. It's a luxury to have one. Some say expensive, but it's worth it. Okay. What does it do? Well, before I explain to you, let me just this is how it look. Oh yeah, I have to go through the medical disclaimer. People with pacemaker, electronic thing, don't use it. People with foreign metal objects in the body, well, they have to put it there. But actually, if you have titanium, it's okay. And there are people even with stents and they're still using it. It's okay. It's safe actually, you know. People with malignant tumors, well, you don't have any device out there that can claim a cure for cancer. So we cannot cure cancer. But you know what? As a marketing person, I don't represent the company. As a marketing person, I'm telling you, if you have cancer, all the more you have to use this. All right, all the more. And I'll prove to you why. Okay. People who have not fully recovered from surgery, pregnant women, children under 3 years of age. Go. So it comes in a box and it looks like this. And guys, it's very easy to assemble. Very easy. All right. Every wire will just kind of fit in. All right. Every wire, every hole is just going to fit in. It's so easy. Now, just show this picture to anyone who buys it and they will be able to follow exactly just that. 2 people can enjoy at the same time. 2 people can enjoy. Okay. And what does it do? Well, When you put your feet on it and the next person, the buttocks is sitting on it, the mat, it's going to run current through your body and produce negative ion. Yes, it's going to produce negative ion in your body. Now, you don't feel the heat, you don't feel any sensation, vibration, nothing. So how do you know it's turned on? Because your body is negatively charged. Remember the negative ion? We'll put tissue paper, which is positively charged, and it's going to stand up. So I'm just going to show you a little experiment, which I always do because otherwise people will not know that the machine is turned on. Okay, here we go. This is the one. Hi, enjoying, huh?
I'm enjoying the machine.
We take this opportunity.
Do you feel anything at all?
No.
Totally nothing, huh?
Yeah, no.
But look at the, wow, standing, yeah? See? Oh, amazing.
Tissue standing.
Tissue standing.
That's a positive.
See, negative and positive. Okay. Now, you don't feel any heat at all on your feet. Do you feel any heat?
No heat.
No heat, nothing. Huh? How about you, Kai?
No more.
No more, nothing.
We're just sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
So if I didn't give you this tissue paper, then you will think that this machine is not switched on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing technology?
Very amazing.
Yeah. Okay, now, guys, why do we need it? So using negative ion in your body is going to turn your blood pH to normal. This is a medical device. It's been in Taiwan for 10 years. And in the medical device, everything is scrutinized. Even the booklet, the instruction, the brochure, everything has to be approved by the Taiwan FDA. And inside the booklet, it clearly says that this machine is going to balance your blood. So what is a balanced blood pH? 7.35 to 7.45. Mild alkaline, okay? So let me show you what is happening to our body when we have inflammation. This is the National Institutes of Health, PubMed, and look at this. See the highlight, one sentence above. Local acidification, right? That means acidic blood. Local acidification may develop also during acute and chronic inflammation. So when you have acute means short, chronic means long. So when you have acute or chronic inflammation, your blood pH is going to go down. It's going to go to acidic. Okay? What happens when it is acidic? This gentleman, Dr. Otto Heinrich Warburg, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1931. Nobel Prize is a very prestigious award, and he was awarded for his research on the root cause of cancer. If he has discovered the cause of cancer, the root cause, we can cure it, isn't it? So, in the highlight, cancerous tissues are acidic, whereas healthy tissues are alkaline. So what is a normal balanced blood pH? Alkaline or acidic? Alkaline, right? 7.35 to 7.45. Going down two paragraphs. All normal cells have an absolute requirement for oxygen, but cancer cells can live without oxygen. Why are we talking about oxygen now? When your blood pH is normal at 7.35 to 7.45, the oxygen level or oxygen saturation level is higher. When your blood pH is acidic, the amount of oxygen is lower in your blood. Okay, that's why we're talking about oxygen. Now, in the last sentence, last paragraph, deprive a cell 35% of its oxygen for 48 hours, 2 days. Lower the oxygen by 35%, and it may become cancerous. So now we know how we have cancer, isn't it, right? So when your blood pH becomes acidic, tumor starts to form. Okay? And if you want to get rid of it, change your blood pH to line 7.35 to 7.45. Because when that happens, your oxygen level is going to go up, and cancer cells don't like oxygen. Okay, so it sounds simple. I know it sounds simplistic. Sometimes the good stuff in life are just simple. They use all the big terms, all the big words. They confuse us. They get so many drugs names, all so long and so funny and so weird that we cannot even remember how to call them, so that they can convince us that it's good. Guys, the simplest things in life are the best. You can go to a sea and fish and eat the fish. That's healthy. Right? You can go to a village and have the chicken slaughtered. Healthy, right? Right? Simple things in life, right? No pesticides, no toxic, no growth hormone, no, get the picture? Everything is natural, is good for our body. Okay? Anything unnatural entering is going to cause what? Inflammation. Simple. Simple things in life make us healthy. Okay? So you know what's the problem with today's food system? Everything expiry date is so long. And why do they have expiry date long? Commercial reasons, isn't it? And then they have to put additives, chemicals, blah, 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 to make it expire long. Is that natural? No, it's not natural. You go to the supermarket, how many of us know look the product? If you do, oh, then you look at all these the chips and all the, they are all super unhealthy, guys. Everything is super unhealthy. Amazing. They don't want us to know. All right. So here is an amazing product, and there are more than 100 wellness centers in Taiwan. Okay, these are some of the photos in Taiwan. Many, many centers, because it's been there for more than 10 years, right? In Malaysia, there's a lady who also did this in Malaysia, but she's passed on. She's a doctor, and a lot of articles also, you see, breast cancer gone, blah, 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 so many. Guys, truly, truly, now in the Philippines, this lady, she has stage 3 breast cancer, supposed to go for chemo. She chose not to, and she started with us. I want you to listen to her. She bought the eye dot, and she also used the D178 very regularly. Okay? Because there's the doctor beside her, Doctora Genio. Just update. Wow. You're looking very different now. You're looking much better, and you put on weight also, huh? Yeah. Amazing. How do you feel?
I feel great every day. Hopefully, by the end of another 1 month of using iDoc, I will have an experience of greatness in the
Okay.
end.
Yeah. And you still continue to use the D178,
Yeah,
right?
multiple times in a day.
Thanks to Doctora here. Yeah. All right. We'll get the update next month. Huh?
Next month.
Okay. This was her before. How sad it how and the face tells everything in it. Guys, to see is to believe. And I am in this prime of my life privileged enough to share these wonderful products to people around the world. And I'm very happy. It makes me happy. And when I see all these wonderful results, wow, it is a wow. And my golf buddy, his father, 85 years old, has tumor in his kidney tumor. And he started, and because he's 85, so doesn't believe in going for biopsy, all right? Doesn't believe in operation, 85 years old. And before he had that tumor, he used to walk a lot, the father I'm talking about, and he used to eat a lot. But after he had that thing, he doesn't like to walk. He, doesn't even like to eat. So he bought this D178 from me. He's my golf buddy, right? He was there during the August 16. Um, wow. I was so happy just 2 days ago, and he told me, right? He was sharing with his friends, our friends, that now his father walks a lot and eats a lot. Wow. And that to me, it speaks volume. End of the year, the father is going to meet the oncologist, and they're going to run through all the tests. All right, so let's see. So this stage 3 breast cancer, this person, that person, we are getting all the information, because I don't want to just get it from Taiwan and all this, newspaper. No, no, no. Let's get it within our community, okay? Because I need to see it myself. And my. So far, the results have been pretty amazing. So I hope you enjoy this session. And now I would like to open up to all of you to ask questions related to today's topic. Thank you very much.
Recording stopped.
All right, guys, you can unmute yourself and ask questions. I hope you enjoy it and ask questions related to the product. Okay, change it to gallery. You can even review yourself, show your camera if you are dressed. Yeah, if you're dressed. If you're just woken up or you're about to sleep, I don't know. But if not, then we will end today's meeting. Thank you very much for attending, and I hope that this session will actually help you. And this is recorded, and I'll blast it out in all the different groups so that you can review it if you want to. And I wish you all the very best, and may you all continue to use the iDoc and also the D178, because they complement each other very well. Okay, Chamberlain Owen from Nigeria, right? Is it?
Yes. So
How are you?
I'm good. I just started about 2, 3 days ago with my kids because they are recovering on the spectrum. And,
Yeah.
so we've been using the
Eclipse, yeah.
clip. Yes. I've been able to within 3 days. I think they are holding on fine. But I don't know if I'm moving too fast. But right now, I think my daughter, the youngest, is at is it level 5? It's 1 out of 15, and the boy is at 7 as of today.
Recording in progress.
Using the D178, they're able to stay 1 hour, sit down there, and just go through with their iPads. I'm wondering, they're allowed to use their iPads, right? Just when
no.
Okay.
They're using the D178. Remove all devices. Yeah.
Okay.
Electronic devices. Yeah. And no metals in the body and so on.
Okay. Well, I've had to, because I normally won't let them have the iPads till the weekends. Is what
they can only touch paper. There's no static, but if they touch each other, there will be static.
I know.
But you will discover that.
They're sitting apart but holding their iPads and just holding.
Okay.
I don't know. So I have to find something else to occupy them for a boring.
Because even if you hold the iPad, which I don't think you can, there'll be static. But if you use
there wasn't any static.
I know if you use your cell phone or iPad, you may damage the iPad or damage the cell phone, because the current is to those devices as well.
Okay, they have covers though. They have what do you call it? These protective covers. Okay. So I don't know that the current is passing through those covers.
So maybe they are touching the non-metal part, right? They have
yes.
The screen is the glass. That's why they don't get the static. I understand.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I was asking if that was okay, and I don't know what particularly I'm going to be looking for, but one of the things I'm more interested in is I don't know that I've mastered how to use the iDoc. You can say I'm using myself. as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm still trying to the acupuncture part of it,
All right.
you know,
Now,
it can,
this chart is for diagnostic. It's for
yes,
diagnostic. The little book with all the different illnesses and everything, that is for
right.
treatment. The
Okay.
little booklet is for treatment,
Yes.
okay? Because
Right.
when you're treating a condition, there are various organs involved, not just one particular organ. Because
Right.
traditional Chinese medicine is more holistic, okay?
Mhm.
They don't treat the organ as in isolation. So
Mhm.
you may find that when you're treating your hypertension, you're also touching on the kidney points and various points. It's not just, the hypertension, heart point or whatever, right? So it's a
Okay.
combination of points. And that's why the booklet will show you. So some people ask, oh, there are 10 points, 12 points. Which points do we focus on? You know what I mean? Well,
Mhm.
you will go through them with the probe, and then you the 2 or 3 points which gives you the strongest sensation, right?
Okay.
So the strongest sensation means there is a blockage, isn't it? So
Right.
out of 10 or 12 points, you just pick 2 or 3 strongest one, you treat them. Okay.
So when we're using the detect, we use it in level 2, right? For the detect.
Well, it varies from person to person. Most
Right.
people generally is level 2, but some
Okay.
ladies, because the ladies' skin are softer, so
Mhm.
sometimes you can go to level 1. But for
Okay.
guys, usually it's level 2. But there are some big guys, you have to go to level 3. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. I
So it depends because the thickness of the skin, the size, and everything, it does
Yeah.
matter.
For me, it's I haven't seen anything in the book because particularly the reason why I bought this is for, to be able to help children on the spectrum
You're
and
saying,
all that. So yeah, I haven't seen any acupoints for
yeah.
ADHD and maybe autism is something they can look at and
Okay.
update their manual and see what can help. Because right now I know in Guangzhou, like in China, they're doing um, acupoints for the brain, acupuncture
No,
for the
but
brain.
I personally believe the ADHD is to do with the nerves. It's the nerve system. So
Right,
that's why I believe these ear clips will help tremendously
right.
for ADHD and other neuronal nerve kind of related diseases or problem.
Mhm.
You have to vagus nerve, okay?
Okay.
And can you do me a favor? I mean, you have a D178,
Yes.
right? Can you kind of take a picture and then post it in our Facebook group? I just want to create more awareness. I'm also telling a few people in UK who bought the D178 and other parts
Yeah.
of the world, just to
Okay.
post it out to because I want people to see and people get more confident and then they will, yeah, because it really truly will help a lot.
Okay. Is it the children using it or how?
Yeah, well, I mean, children, well, it's more for adults, I would say. But if the
Right.
children have certain kind of disease or chronic disease, then they can use as well. But usually, children, if you control their diet, they're okay. Because
Yeah, no, their diet is under control because with autism and ADHD, we do keto carnivore diet,
oh, okay, keto
which is
carnivore, yeah.
very,
A
very,
lot of,
yes.
a lot of, yeah, meat, yeah.
Yeah. So they're very good. Uh, Essentially, they will be deemed recovered actually, where they are, the stage where they are right
Yeah,
now, because they comprehend, they do different things. They're able to skate, they overcome all the basic challenges of
yeah.
autism. And my son that has ADHD, a bit of mild challenges, it's reduced drastically.
Wow.
So I'm just
So
trying to,
yeah, you let them
you know,
use, you monitor, and then yeah, let's
mhm,
hope everything goes well. Yeah.
see how it finishes, and then bringing other kids that are really on this and see how their inflammation goes down. Because with autism, the first thing is always we're looking at inflammation.
Yeah.
You know,
And there's so many now. It seems like autism is like, wow, it's getting more and more.
Oh yeah, less than 1 in 20 children right now.
Wow,
I
that's
think
very
that's the
high
stat.
rate.
It's really high,
Yeah.
and so we're advising. Part of it is when mothers are scared of getting pregnant, you have to advise them on what to avoid and things to avoid, and all of those things. But essentially, is you how to use this thing to the max where the kids can really benefit. You know, how can we, if my kids are, they comprehend. If you tell them sit down there, they would sit. Unlike before when they were severe on the spectrum. So I'm in my head, I'm visualizing how I can bring this, to
Other
um,
people.
other people. Exactly. Because I've had groups who run autism,
Yeah.
talk to me, and I'm still thinking of how to introduce this equipment to them.
I
How would
know.
they be able to use it? Because
I'm
those
sure
kids,
within a few weeks to a month, you will be expert already. You will
yeah, I pray
full
so.
observation, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where my challenge is right now.
All right. Well, thank you, Chamberlain, for sharing, and I'm sure everything will work out fine. And then I'll interview you when things are good.
Thank
Okay.
you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
All right. So,
Mhm.
guys, thank you so much. And hope that you'll continue to share this wonderful product with all your friends, relatives, and loved ones. And you yourself use the product. Thank you and good night from me. Bye bye.
Record